What a year it has been. It's all been so crazy. And now that we have a new administration in place, I want to take a moment to address my fellow Americans and whatever Canadians happen to wander in as well. I know that some of you are wondering, because I've been asked this a lot, what is the plan going forward now that Donald Trump, yes, thank you, give me some music. Now that Donald Trump is president, are you going to keep this up? Will you continue to make fun of the most powerful man in the world? And the answer is, yeah, of course. I mean, yes. Let me tell you something. I've not had it easy. For the last 8 years, I've been forced to make jokes about the First Lady's vegetable garden. So I am gonna, you think I'm not gonna grab this pumpkin by the guts and shake it until the seeds pop out? You're damn right I am. And you know, my life would be a lot easier if I didn't have to check Donald Trump's Twitter every 14 minutes, but I do it for you because it's my job. And I'll add this, no matter which side of the aisle you're on, even if you love Donald Trump, even if you're a member of the Trump family, deep down, somewhere in your soul, you know that there's something very unusual about the fact that you voted for a man who used to sell steaks at the Sharper Image, okay? There's something strange about the fact that we have a president who body slammed Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 23. There's something unorthodox about the fact that we elected a man who, in an effort to reach out to Mexican Americans, tweeted a picture of himself eating a taco bowl on Cinco de Mayo. That's not usual. That's unusual. There are two things I hold sacred when it comes to this program. Number one, making kids cry on Halloween. That's number one. And number two, but a close number two, is poking fun at our leaders. When President Bush couldn't open that door, when this magic moment popped out of nowhere and delighted us all, I was there. When President Obama slipped his skinny hips into a pair of mom jeans and threw out the first pitch of the All-Star game, I was there calling him Aunt Nancy. What I'm saying is, while presidents may come and go, this monologue happens every night, and tonight I rededicate myself to taking our leaders to task. This is my pledge to you over the next 4 years. I, James Lando Calrissian Kimmel, do solemnly swear to faithfully satirize, criticize, lampoon, and harpoon the President of the United States. I believe in truth, justice, and the American way, and Superman is dead now, so there aren't many of us left. You know the old saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade? Well, guess what? Life just gave us an orange as president. Let's get together to make some of that orange drink they used to serve at birthday parties at McDonald's. That is my pledge to you, so help me God. Look at that. That is our guy right there. Do you love clicking buttons and subscribing to things? Then click the button to subscribe to my channel, and you'll finally be happy.